वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। Saturn is in the 5th house, Aries, and Jupiter is in Libra, aspecting the 5th house. Right? Clear?
Also aspecting 7th house.
Yes. So, the birth of children is also explained by double transit. I showed the marriage, showed you the birth of the first child, showed you the birth of the second child. In transit, Jupiter was in Leo, aspecting the 5th house, and Saturn in Pisces, aspecting the 5th lord. I had discussed this case in my book Planets and Children also. The second son was born in Jupiter-Saturn. Jupiter's role has already been seen. Saturn is being aspected in the birth horoscope by the 5th lord Mars. So Saturn has a child-giving role. In transit, Saturn was in Aries in the 5th house of the ambassador, and Jupiter in Libra, aspecting the 5th house. He was kidnapped in the major period of Saturn, which is being aspected by the 12th lord Mars, in the sub-period of Venus, who is in the 12th house. Right? And the sub period of Ketu, which is again being aspected by the 12th lord. Ketu is a substitute for Mars, you know that. So Mars, Ketu, Venus, 12th house. So now I have fixed it. I had to work hard 2-3 hours in the night. I fixed this thing. Was he safe? Would he return safely? The Lagna Lord Jupiter was unafflicted, was my first point. But the Lagna received the aspect of Mars. In the birth horoscope you see. The moon sign Lord Mercury was with Venus and the Sun. Where is the moon in the birth horoscope? And the moon sign lord is Mercury. He is again safe. I cross-checked this through the scrutiny of his wife's and children's horoscope as well. When would he return? I figured out that Saturn, Venus, Ketu would be the period. But the Sukshma would have to be of Venus. I made no calculation, but thought that would be November, in November. I cross-checked it through Gemini astrology and found it would have to be late November. Then I looked at the transit. Now again I am coming. Now how many times have I used transit here? In one case alone, how many times have I used transit? Marriage 1. The birth of first child 2, birth of second child 3. Now I am going to use transit for the 4th time to time the event of his coming back home. Right? In USA, I don't know whether you have annual ephemeris available to you in printed form. Like Lahiri we have, where you can see the daily position instead of having to depend upon computer every time. Right? Now I am giving you the parameter, please write down. one of the parameters that should generally be satisfied is when you marry or in USA perhaps I have not worked, you can work on it when you have not marriage but a deep marriage like situation. The Lagna Lord goes into the 7th house in transit. That is first parameter. Second parameter, the 7th Lord comes into the Lagna. When Lagna Lord goes into the 7th house, you are going into the house of your spouse. When the 7th Lord comes into Lagna, your spouse is coming into your house. Right? Clear? The third parameter, they may be in some other place, but they may form a relation even there. They may not be in first or 7th house. They may be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, any of the houses. But they will form a relation right there. Relation should be position, aspect or conjunction. Position, aspect or conjunction. I will explain. Now I said, when this ambassador was kidnapped, in 1991, Jupiter was here. Who is the Lagna Lord? Jupiter. On November 25th, 1991. Right? Jupiter is aspecting the Lagna. Okay? Who is the 7th Lord? Mercury. Now I told you that when marriages take place, 1 and 7, they form a relationship. So Mercury, in the month of November, you know, Sun will be here, this side. So I said, let me see when is Mercury entering this place. When Mercury enters this, what happens? The 7th Lord comes into the Lagna. And the Lagna Lord Jupiter will aspect the 7th Lord. Right? Clear to everyone? Is there anyone who has not understood? Yes?
You said that the Lagna Lord goes into the 7th house. Does it have to be actually present in 7th?
It can aspect. When I gave that memory tablet PAC, posited aspect conjunct. So aspect, conjunction, position, all the three you can take, any one of the combinations. So I said it is like a remarriage. Right? A remarriage like situation will come on 25th of November when Mercury will be entering the Lagna, Sagittarius. 7th Lord comes into the Lagna and will be aspected by the Lagna Lord Jupiter. So it is a marriage, remarriage, husband meeting the wife. That is the principle. Now I made it very flexible. It is not a marriage taking place. Right? And now here I make use of the moon. Moon, I told you, the second of that clock. Moon was entering that day Gemini. Okay?
What was the sub area?
Pardon?
What was the sub area?
I said, I didn't work further. I said it should be Saturn, Venus, Ketu, etc. But I said, now let me work on transits. At this stage, I worked on transits. Saturn, Venus, Ketu. I worked on this. 5th house, because he will meet his son also, children also.
My question is the condition of Venus being combust in the 12th house. Also the dispositor of Venus being Mars, and Mars being in the house of rehabilitation of Venus. Would it make him prone to kidnapping?
I will not say that, because unless you do a lot of testing, I will not jump to a conclusion. It could be. That can be a parameter. You'll have to take lots of cases to see. So now you see how the homecoming is timed. What I have done is I have taken the combination for marriage and I have applied here to the homecoming, that is the husband meeting the wife after such violent kidnapping. And he came back on November 25th, and Mercury just entered Sagittarius, and the ambassador was right at the doorstep of his wife.
Who actually kidnapped him?
Punjab terrorist, you know, we have had this problem in India, subsided now, we don't know. They say it has subsided. So Punjab terrorists kidnapped him, had hard bargaining. Those things are kept state secret. We don't know details, what happened. But lot of money perhaps had to be paid. So many things happened. But when he returned anyway, the prestige of India was saved. But the prestige of Delhi police was ruined, because the man came all the way alone without policemen bringing him. And the worst of it was when he reached his house, because there is a strong police vigilance at his house, the policemen did not allow him to enter his own house. Who are you? They asked. Then he had to tell him, I am the man you fellows have been searching. Now, before I stop, I am giving you this homework. When you got married, or when you got nearly married, I think I can say that in USA, right? What was the transit position of the Lagna Lord and the 7th Lord? Simple work. Take your computers or take your ephemeris and find it out.
What about second marriage? Where do you look?
Second marriage also it will repeat, third marriage also it will repeat.
1-7
Yes, 1-7 will keep on repeating. I will conclude by telling you, if I have not already told you, marital tension or relationship problems are common everywhere in the world. Yes?
Hypothetically, is it possible for two people to get married without the blessing of Saturn and Jupiter, and that marriage falls apart and get married at a later date?
Pardon?
Is it possible for two people to get married without the blessing of Jupiter and Saturn, that marriage falls apart?
Well, anyway, you work on it and let me know. That is better. Now, this type of tension is very common in married life. In Delhi also this was the problem in one case. If I have related this earlier, I don't mind repeating it. A lady lawyer had been coming to me for astrological prediction. Time to time I had been guiding her. One day she came to my house. She was sitting in a very morose condition. I said, "What happened?" He said, "My husband has turned me out of his house. I am staying with my father. I don't know what to do." I said, "In your horoscope there is no break of marriage. What is wrong? Can you show me your husband's horoscope?" She said, "He knows astrology. He had come to you and his horoscope had to be verified whether it was the end of Scorpio or beginning of Sagittarius." I said, "All right, can he come?" He said, "You had no time." I said, but can he come?" So she rang him up. He was very happy that I was able to give him some time. To be able to get some time from me in India is always a tough problem. They know I am always very busy. I said, "Let him come." He came. He sat with me. I corrected his horoscope. And since he knew astrology, I asked him, "Tell me, how do you see marriages in horoscope, from which house?" He says 7th house. Good. First point. How do you see business partnership in a horoscope? Tell me. 7th house. How do you see your adversary or your opponent in a Prashna Kundali? 7th house. So I said, "My dear fellow, marriage is a partnership understanding to live with your own enemy under the same roof." Right? That is the astrological definition of marriage I am giving to you. So therefore, both of you, husband and wife, promise before me today. On the soft days, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 days, let the wife have the privilege to quarrel and let the husband keep quiet. And on the hard days, Tuesday and Saturday, ruled by Mars and Saturn, let the husband quarrel and wife keep quiet. Thursday is Guruvar, that is the day of worship. Both of you sit down and worship. And Sunday, both of you go for a picnic. So make a regular timetable. The wife has the privilege to quarrel on the soft days, the husband on the hard days. Brihaspativar, Jupiter would be, Guruvar will be the day of worship, Sunday will be the day of picnic. Then your marriage will survive, otherwise it is not. They went back, they are very happy, and they come, sit down and do a lot of worship with me. Now, Ashtak Varga has been a subject of unfortunate controversy in India in the last 5 years because of the rivalry between two astrologers. In Bombay, there is a very old, veteran, dignified astrologer. His name is C.S. Patel. Long ago, he wrote a book on Ashtak Varga, which is out of print. He is a multi-millionaire. He doesn't need any money from the books or any such thing. A great scholar. That book is out of print, but that book contains the original shlokas and lot of rich material. Unfortunately, why I had to disagree with his book was he cast the Ashtak Varga from Bhava Kundali. The other book on Ashtakarga is Dr. Raman's. There he does not take the Bhav Kundali, but he takes the method which is traditional. In India, the trend of case studies being presented did not exist till we started it in Delhi. You cannot learn anything unless there is a case study. Yesterday I gave you 2 or 3 case studies. This method of teaching never existed, but you have to exercise your mind when I give you a case study. When I gave that horoscope of the ambassador and waited, I wanted you to give me the reasoning very quickly. Once I tell you 2 facts which should be the correct lagna, it took quite some time, which means that fast synthesis which I expected will come only if you do more and more exercises. Immediately you will be able to say, if this is the event in this man's life, this should be the horoscope, this should be the lagna. Reasoning must be there. I don't have the advantage of teaching you continuously here, and you also, when you gather in a conference like this, do not come from the same center, and you are not coming from a center where you are taught astrology. When we are teaching in Bharati Vidya Bhavan, it is easy because all through the year the same level is continuing. Here you come with different backgrounds, some of you are quite advanced, some of you are less advanced, that must be there, not natural, I can't help it. Remembering that, I'll first try to cover these 5 points with case studies as usual. Presenting with case studies is a new trend, now we started. In this case studies I will be referring to the latest book of mine also, the timing events of Vinshottari Dasha. There 2 cases I will cover. One is guiding a career. Now you say you talk about counseling. That's a good part of astrology here in USA. You are making use of astrology for counseling. But in doing that counseling also, how useful Ashtakvarga can be. Has it ever struck any one of you? Tell me honestly. Has it struck any one of you how good Ashtakvarga can be for counseling? Right? The second one, Sade Sati. The third one, the transit of Saturn in the 8th from the natal moon. Remember to ask me these questions towards the end. Only towards the end. Now yesterday some of you asked a question and I felt a little unhappy. When does Jupiter become malefic? Repeatedly you went on asking and I repeatedly went on refusing. The reason is very simple. Jupiter is a malefic for which lagnas? Right? And in transit when Jupiter is not offering any protection, and Jupiter originally is a malefic for a particular lagna, it will not protect. I will have an occasion to give one such instance today. When Jupiter is a malefic for a lagna, and in transit when Jupiter is not protecting and Saturn is left alone to do the damage. Between Saturn and Jupiter, if one is damaging and Jupiter is controlling, there is damage repairing going on also, right? So Saturn, Jupiter both combine to effectuate the promise of a horoscope. when Saturn and Jupiter do not combine, Saturn is in a destructive mood and Jupiter is in no mood to offer protection. Before coming to that, now I'll first come to the subject of Astak Varga. I am posing 5 questions before you. Why should Astak Varga be done at all? That is question number 1. Well, when these people announced that they were going to take up Astak Varga, I got a very major study about royalties, 6 royalties, which was already in progress, completed, and I have brought it. I will present it to you today, those 6 studies one by one. But you will have to understand the process. I will come later. Vinay Aditya is the person who is producing that book, and when it comes out, because he is not in a hurry, I do not want him to hurry up. Unless each principle is tested on 50-60 horoscopes minimum, we don't approve and we don't publish in Delhi. Naturally, this leads me on to a very unpleasant question which some of you asked me. Normally I should not answer it, but I think since repeatedly many of you asked that question, said which books to read. What I suggest is you buy these classics which are available, all right, with translations. Keep them with you for standard reference. But don't take them literally. The translators also have not understood that for modern times these things have to be changed. Yesterday I showed to you the importance of the 12th Lord. Why? It must have been a tougher session for you yesterday. Most of you will not know how to interpret the transit of the 10th Lord in the 12th house or the 12th Lord in the 10th house. Yours was the case. I think you gave us the horoscope and I showed it to them. It is working. The day of your joining also, blind test. That you remember I took up air hostess. She had said she would not be able to come today. Yesterday she couldn't come, but anyway, so that blind testing has to be done. So there are certain principles. Why do you have to do Astak Varga at all? Astak Varga is the only scientific method of evaluating the strength or weakness of transits. Why? Before I open this Vinay Aditya manuscript and show to you, let me tell you, it will appear logical to you. You are seeing transit from the sun 1, the moon 2, the Lagna of course is there as I showed you 3. But why not transit from Mars? Why not transit from Mercury? Why not transit from Jupiter? Why not from Venus? Why not from Saturn? Which means why not from other 7 planets? Then the question you will ask is, well, how do we see that? So the method of seeing that is Astak Varga, which means transit of 7 planets from 7 planets. Am I clear? 7 planets in your horoscope plus Lagna 8. There are 8 points in your horoscope. Astak. From these 8 points, what is the total picture of transits? That is Ashtak Varga. Then what are the stages of the preparation of Ashtak Varga? I will just show you. You may not do manual work, but at least once you have the copy of the notes with you, you should check whatever computer program you get and to see whether the prastharak etc. those things are prepared stage by stage in that manner or not. Then what are the missing links? I should say in Ashtak Varga, like Gemini, like any other subject, in India we have lots of missing links as usual, but there is no difficulty. Our students are spread over all over. Once in a while we will come across some manuscript and that missing link vanishes once you do the research and find out the meaning. Like that, at the moment there are lots of missing links even in Ashtak Varga. That is why a major intensive research has been undertaken. This research will go into about a 300 or 400 page book. People ask me, is Vinay Adit's book ready? I said, it will not be ready so soon. It will be tested stage by stage and many more horoscopes. He is halfway through already. So the missing links are still there. In spite of these missing links, how to use it still? That question will arise. How to use it still? Here I will show you in the 6 studies of royalties, royal figures of the world, famous historical figures. And also in timing of events through Vinshottari Dasha, the book I have brought, how I guide a career, one, and how Ashtak Varga helps you sometimes, not always, in restoring hope when doctors say it is a hopeless case. The doctor's verdict almost borders on death sentence. In Ashtak Varga, I say, if you can wait patiently up to this period, I see improvement. So when I talk about case studies or when I talk about stories, they are not stories. Try to understand. When I relate a story, it is only to help you understand slowly, stage by stage. It is not the dry bones of a literal translation. It is the living anecdote of a case study given. That's what I am presenting. And this method of presenting case studies doesn't exist anywhere else in the world except in Bharati Vidya Bhavan in Delhi. So now, till Beth brings your notes, I will go through this stage by stage. In the opening paragraph of the chapter on Ashtak Varga in Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra, the great ancient classic of Vedic astrology, Maitreya, the student of Maharshi Parashar, asked the great master, after having listened to him at length, how to make accurate predictions. Please try to understand, in Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra, Ashtak Varga come towards the end, absolutely towards the end, like Sudarshan Chakra. The first chapters, initial chapters of Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra are the toughest, very tough. A mere translation of that really doesn't help you. All the subtle points of Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra are given in the initial chapters. Most of the people skip over that. Then they go to the middle part and try to find out what is the Yog Karaka, what is good for which Lagna. Then they go to the Vinsh there. Which means most of you are doing only a fragmented reading of Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra. Hardly 25% Brihat Parashar Hora Shastra is being made use of even by the best of astrologers in India. Twelve types of avasthas of planet are given in Parashara. Shayanadi avastha, Nityalipsa avastha. No one knows how to use them. Even when you are interpreting the Vinshottari Mahadasha, what do those conditions mean? Avasthas. It is not merely exaltation, debilitation. If you literally go by the Sanskrit meaning, it can mean something else. Nityalipsa avastha, which means the man is totally immersed. Okay, immersed in what? Now that is the point of research. Immersed in enjoyments of life, or immersed in scholarship, or immersed in sadhana. What? You see, he gives one clue and stops there, Parashara. So please try to understand, to find out the meaning of one such thing, it may take 10 years sometimes. Most fortunately, we have a team of brilliant astrologers. You have seen only two here. Mr. Vinay Aditya and Dr. Charak and Chirmule. 50 more in Delhi, going intensely like this into it. So that will come out in course of time. So how to use it still? Then Sadhe Sati and Sarvastak Varga. I will go by these stages. So he asked, so he said, well, his question is born out of the apprehension that whatever has already been explained may be well understood by men of great intellect. But how about the ordinary men of Kali Yuga who would possess dwarfed intellect? Once I switch over from one subject to another subject quickly, you will find it difficult to race. Astrology is a vast ocean. Mahasi Parashar appreciates the question and goes on to explain this new system of prediction, which when mastered by ordinary mortals would remove uncertainty in prediction. That is the limited view, that's all. For example, is it going to be good or bad? By all normal principles, it is going to be bad. By all normal principles, it is going to be good. How do you remove that uncertainty? It is at this stage that Ashtakarga comes into play. Right? Mahasi Parashar goes on to explain the basic rationale of Ashtakarga thus. Just as there are auspicious and inauspicious results of planets from ascendant and moon, so are the results from other planets. It is a totality of transit now. He has clearly hinted at the interpersonal relationship of a planet vis-a-vis position of all other planets in the horoscope. This may also be understood as a combined result of a planet as the horoscope is analyzed, taking different planet positions as ascendants. Which means you are taking your moon as an ascendant, you are taking your sun as an ascendant, your Mars as an ascendant, right? And from there you are now seeing the result. That is why Bhinnastakas. Each planet is now becoming an ascendant for you. A similar treatment is given to the Dasha and Antardasha lords when all the influences are checked with the Dasha lord as the ascendant. Checking out results of planets from ascendant and moon and sun too sometimes is complex enough. How does one handle the web of matrix generated by such an interactive planetary positions? Many generations of astrologers have been eternally indebted to the great seers who devised the system of Ashtakvarga, which handles the complex task with admirable aesthetics and ease. In certain parts of India, particularly Andhra Pradesh, this method has been perfected by astrologers so well that they can calculate Ashtakvarga in a jiffy and employ it for snapshot predictions at the speed of light with stunning effect. I told you they have some family secrets. In 5 minutes I have seen them casting the whole Ashtakvarga. It appears incredible to you. They have some family secrets, they remember some shlokas, they are talking to you, sit down and cast it. But my mother, who did lot of this, had given me one more warning. Ashtakvarga Ayu rarely comes out correct. Ashtakvarga, they calculate span of life, that will rarely come out correct. Needless to state that the system has a certain originality not found in any other system anywhere else in the world. So, I must tell you, don't give predictions without Ashtakvarga. From today, after this class, while this system provides a snapshot method, it also unfolds an infallible method for in-depth analysis of a horoscope. There is no sphere of analysis of a horoscope which would not benefit by use of Ashtakvarga. But the following have been picked out for its more popular application. Ascertaining the general strength of planets and signs. This method is quite distinct from Shatbada calculation of strengths of planet. Gemini Balas are yet another system of finding strength of planets. Ashtakvarga is uniquely different. Now, when you are giving predictions to anyone, you want to know whether a planet is strong or weak. One. You also want to know whether a particular house is strong or weak. The strength of a house and the strength of a planet, these two decide at a given time the strength or weakness of certain promise in the horoscope or the weakness of that promise. So Ashtakvarga is doing what? Ashtakvarga is giving you the strength of a house and strength of a planet. Snapshot method. That is first one. Second one, predicting general transit results. It is said that the transit considerations without taking Ashtakvarga into account can be misleading more often than not. In other words, a synthesis of transit and Ashtakvarga can add a definite accuracy to your prediction. Some authors have gone to the extent of suggesting criminal neglect to analyze a horoscope without taking Ashtakvarga into account. A very experienced astrologer of northern India wrote in a book in Hindi. There he says, anyone who gives predictions without looking into Ashtakvarga should not even describe himself as an astrologer. He uses very strong language there. Combining it with the dasha prevalent at the time to add a qualitative and quantitative dimension to its results, even though Ashtakvarga is considered subordinate to the dasha system. Yes. what I gave you last night, that one. Then I gave something more to Rakesh today. Anyway, I'll use that in the last session. Anticipating important events of life, marriage, childbirth, periods of prosperity, sickness, death, etc. Astakavarga system has an unusual method of calculating the nakshatra, which when transited by the significator planet causes the related event to take place. It is an area of great research. You have to remember, it is an area of great research. It is here that one book gives one method, the other book gives another method. No one has tested these things statistically yet. That is what we are doing. This is the one area where the major contribution will come from Vinay Aditya, but after some time. Because when a particular planet is transiting into a particular nakshatra, out of the 27 in a particular horoscope, whether it is going to improve matters or destroy. This has been a family secret so far. We are trying to find it out slowly, statistically. This is a real area of research. That is why I said don't be in a hurry to write out the book yet. Here some hint has to be given.